So the odds are over at FanDuel for Heisman is a little odd. CJ Carr is the leading leader with plus 750. He had a really good season last year, threw for over 2,700 yards, 24 touchdowns. Just Notre Dame is a more run heavy team. They haven't had a receiver go for over 800 yards since 2021. Um, I don't really see them going away from that, even though they lost Jeremiah Love, they lost Jarian Price. They have other guys. That's kind of their identity is run the ball, kind of power football. Yeah, they might be a little more pass heavy, but for him to get the Heisman numbers, I don't, I don't think that's gonna happen. I could be wrong. I'm fine being proven wrong on that kind of stuff, but I don't see him being above Arch or Chambliss or Sayan or Dante Moore or even a guy like Mestamaker. Mestamaker had over 4,300 yards and a 34-9 touchdown interception rate, and they're kind of taking that North Texas team over to Oklahoma State. Big 12's pretty open, so I could see Mestamaker even being in contention for a Heisman this year if everything goes right. Arch is second at plus 800. He had a solid numbers of over 3,500 yards, 37 touchdowns. Um, he just needs to be consistent across the board. They have the weapons. He just needs to be slinging it around, putting up really good numbers, and Texas needs to not stub their foot. As much as this is a um, individual trophy, a lot of the times it kind of falls into that what team is doing the best and that kind of thing. Um, Arch can be that guy. We haven't quite seen him be consistently that guy. Um, but I mean, I don't mind him being in the top five. I don't know if I would have him at number two. So much hype on him in Texas, and a lot of it's rightfully so. Texas has a really good team, really good defense, plenty of weapons. It just Arch needs to be the guy that he's supposed to be. Because there's no reason why he can't with the weapons they have there. Next up, we have Darian Mensa and Trinidad Chambliss. They're both tied at plus 1,100. Mensa had over 3,900 yards, 34 touchdowns, 6 picks at Duke. Um, Obviously, the weapons at Miami and the team at Miami itself is going to be a lot better than Duke and their weapons. And he brings over his top guy who had 1,100 yards. Um, and Riccati, I think that's how you say his name. I can never remember that one. So he has plenty of, and Tony is there. I mean, he has plenty of talent. Um, there's no reason why his number shouldn't be really, really high to be in that contention. I don't mind that. Chambliss, if they can continue in the direction they were going with Kiffin, I mean, we did see there wasn't much of a change with Golding. But in that short time, was he trying to implement his own way of doing things? Is he going to continue to do it the way Kiffin did on offense? We'll have to see this year. But honestly, if you have a quarterback who can throw for almost 4,500 yards and 30 touchdowns, why go away from it? I mean, you also got Kawhi Lacey there, who's excellent running back. So they did lose some receivers, but I mean, if they can continue that aired around, that kind of, if they can get him back in that numbers, and Ole Miss can continue the success, there's no reason why he shouldn't be up there too. Julian Sayin, he's at plus 1,300, along with Jeremiah Smith and Dante Moore. I really like Dante Moore. I feel like Dante Moore can improve a lot. He had over 3,500 yards, 30-10 touchdown interception rate. If he can get Evan Stewart back healthy, and the guys they had last year who are freshmen, if they can just continue with that, I mean, honestly, I think Oregon should be one of the top, I don't know, top team to in the top five, definitely. Um, to me, he's probably one of the best quarterbacks coming out. Should be probably probably top quarterback in the draft, if not the second. He's talented, and I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure why he's lower than a guy like CJ Carr. I don't understand the reasoning for it. Jeremiah Smith has been probably one of the best receivers we've seen in a long time. Last year he had over 1,200 yards receiving, 12 touchdowns. He was averaging like 14 yards per reception, 90 yards a game. So not super flashy numbers, but I mean he's a fantastic receiver. It's harder for guys. I mean, what do we have? Um, very rarely do we have a non-quarterback win it. It's kind of an uphill battle, even though he's super talented. Saying he had 3,600 yards, 32 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, really good. Um, it's hard with that system just because pretty much everyone they've had in there has been good. So it's kind of, even though it's obviously a good system and the quarterbacks have done really well, it's hard to say, this guy is the best guy in college football because the last guy who was there was putting up good numbers. The guy before that was putting up good numbers. So it's kind of it kind of hurts him a little bit. Um, and then like Marcel Reed's at plus 3,000, and Marcel Reed's numbers. I mean, he's very hit and miss. He threw for over 3,100 yards last year, 25 to 12 interception rate. If he can get his interceptions down and up those touchdown numbers, and he's a dual threat guy, he can run it too. Um, Texas A&M has a really good team and probably one of the top teams as well as Oregon. No reason why they can't just take it, and he can definitely be in that conversation. Overall, outside of those guys, Maker again could be a dark horse. Even a guy, and this might sound a little crazy, even a guy like Jaden Baugh at Florida, super talented, huge running back, and he had 1,100 yards last year. If they can ride the running back and be very run heavy this year and just feed him, he could put up some numbers that could get him in that contention range. It's just a matter of, again, it's a team thing, not so much individual. So Florida can make some waves and be very competitive with Bob being the cowbell there at running back. I could I could see him being working his way up in there, but probably not winning anything. He could make his way up into the Doak Walker or something like that. But I could see him getting a little bit of talk for Heisman, but it's really hard for a non-quarterback to win the Heisman. So let me know, who do you think should win the Heisman this year? Who's your dark horse? Who would be your betting favorite if you were to bet on it? Just hit me up in the comments. Let me know. Like and subscribe. Let's get the conversation going.